As we bring 2023 to a close, the 5D Collective has a lovely group of 5D mystics on the rise because of the frequency of what is a whole person. A whole person is a divine masculine, divine feminine. Their attributes have nothing to do with gender, but they do have everything to do with a lot of things. And you're going to be like, what? So on that note, enlightenment the human way, it's very fun and it makes a lot more sense than what 4D mystics do, which is things like this. Oh, it's retrograde season. Lo and behold, let's not make way for the people who come back from the past. Make sure to keep that vengeance tooth on, vindictiveness, and oh, you threw me in the trash yesterday, so today, this is all teenage stuff. Essentially, it's a plane of the individual who has not learned to hold their inner child, their past, implicit bias, cognitive you call it whatever you want. It's all energy in a child form, which is why a person can be reactive with it. So they don't know how to turn the other cheek without reacting. The whole Jesus saying, we've read about that one from Sadhguru. I loved his interpretation because it basically explains how to be what is called a functional adult with the good neurobiology of attachment researchers and good therapists, as well as the good neurobiology of trauma researchers and therapists. So 5D mystic is a person who has clairs, knows that their own divine masculine and feminine, lo and behold, wait a minute, there we go. I think that's appropriate. However, in our lovely brain, we got a left mode and a right mode. Let me think. This is my left, my right. Okay, so that way maybe visual can help people to understand. Oh, spirituality, it's only a cult for people with low self-esteem. And hypocrites who don't know that they do a 360 turnaround because of one religious self moving to the other religious self, and then they call themselves whatever it is they want. When I get asked, are you religious, spiritual? Well, let's see. I do believe in Jesus, and he is definitely a whole person, for sure. In fact, a whole person that knows all about romantic love, which is not about a person and another sleeping together. No, that actually can be a compulsivity because they're not empowered individuals. So they don't know how to fully and completely show up because they also think tantric means something completely, what's the word I'm going to look for? I won't be a child about it, but completely off from what your human body has. A ventral vagal nervous system, and then it has a reptilian survival nervous system. It's not a reptilian as in the 4D with their whole, the reptiles are going to come and haunt you. No, because see the mind's eye, that third eye, it's your brain. It's called the prefrontal cortex. You can only engage in it if you have moved into being a whole person, which means you have healthy self-worth. That means that even without knowing that I know the truth about what we are, which is love, by the way, the human love narrative, 5D Collective, believing in consciousness. It's not an entity that falls from the sky upon you, which is how every 4D mystic makes it sound like. Also, every retrograde and ascension energy is going to be giving you a shit show. So dark night of soul, ego death. People who don't know how to expand their window of tolerance. And oh, lo and behold, 4D mystics, low self-esteem, magical wand, because they want, the 0-1-year-old of them wants to feel soothed. They're freaking out inside, and instead of going to good therapy, so hurt people who hurt people, anyone who tells you that another person is a piece of shit is hurting another person. It's very straightforward how to have healthy self-worth. You're not superior or inferior. I look straight at you. I'm a Zen master. Lo and behold, enlightenment, the human way. Let's see, tantric. The frequency of tantric journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and with another. So you should know that we have brain circuitries for all of those basic feelings that our mammalian heritage brings with us. So we've looked at that from a couple and or more sources. You can look it up. 6 basic emotions, and they are anger, fear, disgust. I have them listed somewhere. Let me think. Maybe I have it here, or I can quickly look it up while we're chit-chatting, because they all help our actual physical survival, which again, 4D mystics and anyone who tells you spirituality or yoga is demonic is a person who's a low self-esteem individual who still has not unlocked our human evolution's ability to use our brain with disparate ideas, which you can do when you're basically having a download. So REM, during our sleep time. People should learn about Patrick McNamara. He has a really great book. I still need to read it. He's a neuroscientist. He does research. He explains how our ancestors evolved. And it's because of REM creating a cholinergic, some word like that, our brain, in the environment of that, we bring weird ideas together. And that's where 4D, they only have nightmares because they have a trust break with being humans. They're not empowered. It's called low self-esteem because of an adaptive child, your past, beginning at your 0-1. You don't have to go to any of your past lives. But lo and behold, when I have done Akashic Record readings and people want to say they are spiritual, and yet they wear a mantle because they're in the meantime being non-disciples who are shaming, blaming, pointing fingers, faulting, and revenging. So their child who doesn't feel worthy and is about to get cut out of that herd is freaking out. And there's 2 different ways you're going to freak out. And that's still defectiveness, shame, heartbreak feelings. So 6 basic emotions, humans. What I was trying to get to is I was watching Gabor Mate, and he shares 3 aspects that a child needs in order for that child to be able and grow up within their right to be a restorative embodied self. So a healthy human being is a person who can use their left, which is the masculine, because it breaks things down, wants to go all the way in the depth of knowledge. This is where our people that are cut off from their body, they only do left mode. In fact, they're like pieces of rock. They don't feel emotions, though. That's sad. And if they want to, they're going to begin first by dissociating in a way that they don't even know why they're doing that. Because to grown-up, it's like, why does any emotion freak me out? It shouldn't be this way. Sadness, happiness, fear, anger, surprise, and disgust. These all serve a purpose. Now, I heard Gabor talk about lust. I'm not sure about that one. But when it comes to anything sensual or sexual, the people who have taken it out of context and created stories, I've seen tarot cards of people saying you cleanse or heal each other through sex. No, this is where I've seen people become compulsive sex addicts and alcohol addicts, and they are in a shame cycle because they did not take ownership of things that were created between ruptures with friends. You know, the whole drama, kind of like soap operas. Like when you see it live happening, you feel sad for people, like I do, because I'm trauma-informed and attachment-informed. So let me go back to Gabor Mate before we run out of time. Oh, and here's the other thing. Toxic family, which is when you have a lot of different things, like what I'm about to read not happen, steals a child's dignity. A healthy family cultivates and protects it. Inspiring human potential, 5D mystics. We cultivate and protect our human species. Our nature is love. The human love narrative is not from some magic wand. No, actually, I live it. I feel it because I don't have an issue with emotions. In fact, feeling deeply, that's something beautiful when you have a relationship with your feminine. Oh, I sit in the unknown, unwanted, unexpected, all of it with emotions that arise without being a drama queen, king or they, because why would I do drama? Doesn't make sense. I'm not using my faculty of my masculine to say, hey, of course, unknown. Oh, did you think you'd be happy of an unknown? If I slap you in your face, do you think you're going to be happy? Pretty sure you won't. So if somebody slaps you behind your head, meaning you get an unexpected surprise, I've had plenty of them. Every time, like, whoa, I learned something about you. You're unreliable, emotionally immature people. Most people who don't unconditionally love all humanity because they're not Zen masters. 5D mystics, enlightenment functional adults, we have relationships, no drama. In fact, we know all about true romance, and it doesn't ever die down because we don't need tantric. We are tantric. We're always empowered with the ability to fully show up completely because we have our wholeness, like Jesus, wholeness. Forgive them, for they do not know. Do not react. An adult knows how not to react. Children need unconditional love, acceptance from more than one caregiver. They should need to not have to work to maintain a relationship. They should be able to rest and just be their goofy selves. 3, the freedom to experience all emotions endowed. That's part of our nature. And if they're suppressed, guess what? You don't learn how to handle your emotions like a grown-up. Because when they come up, you are still in the 0-1-year-old, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. So if you are your child self, you can't live the present. The adult lives the present. You can achieve your adulthood by integration of the brain, restorative embodied self. Tune on in for more. We talk all about relationship building, emotional skills, and polyamory, monoamory, but all secure attachment functional adults. So have a great day.